Well, guys, it is finally here. Modern Warfare 3 has released. I was away on a little trip, so I'm back now. Unfortunately, time trip. But I want to give you guys an update before I jump into the video. The Android and iOS apps are basically finished. We're just kind of waiting for approval from both the respective Apple and Android app stores to get those on the store. So we'll have a full TGD app for the app stores on both iPhone and Android phones coming pretty soon. As far as Modern Warfare 3 data, so I've got some stuff built that allows me to gather the data out of the game very quickly. So I'm hoping by the end of the week to have every single weapon, every stat for every attachment up on TGD. Hopefully by tomorrow I'll have all the ARs and SMGs live on TGD, so you guys can go in there and check out the time to kill for Modern Warfare 3 for all the different weapons. Today's video I'm going to talk about kind of the differences in TTK between Modern Warfare 3 and Modern Warfare 2, just because it still kind of feels really inconsistent to me. It feels like sometimes I die instantly, sometimes it takes a little bit. So I kind of wanted to investigate that. So as I was gathering all the damage profiles today, I looked at kind of like hitboxes and how the damage profiles vary in this game compared to Modern Warfare 2. So let's jump into it and we will talk about everything that I found. For those of you that don't know, in this game we have 150 base health instead of 100 base health like we had in Modern Warfare 2019 and Modern Warfare 2. So that was expected to make the time to kill feel quite a bit longer, and at least from my experience, it feels longer, but it does feel like I can still die just in an instant sometimes. A lot of that's probably server side stuff and player connection stuff. If the person that shot you has a really bad connection, sometimes all that information could go to the server in like one burst, and then that burst has to happen to you still, even though they're the one that's laggy. So sometimes it might feel like you can die in an instant, probably because of that stuff. But let's go through these damage profiles, and I think I'll explain why I also think that just damage profile differences between Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3 probably also causes this some. First up, I want to talk about how they've designed the damage profiles in Modern Warfare 3 compared to Modern Warfare 2. Again, the game just came out, so this is all subject to change, but I've tested pretty much all of the ARs and about half of the SMGs. All of the new SMGs I've finished at this point, the full damage profile. So the stats in game are accurate, but there's just way more to the damage profile than what's shown in game. So all that's going to require testing, but I've got it down to a science, so I'll be able to get through all of this really quickly, get it live on TGD. So common Modern Warfare 2 damage profiles. So the previous game, this is for Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer. There were a lot of weapons that had headshot damage, chest and neck shot damage, stomach damage, and then extremities damage. Those would all be different and decreasing in that order. Another common one would be that basically what I just said, except stomach and chest and neck would all be the same instead of just neck and chest being the same. So that was really common in Modern Warfare 2. But in Modern Warfare 3, you will see that pretty much in all cases, arms are the same as chest. So that's something that's very different. So we've basically got this gigantic chest hitbox now across the whole body, and really common damage profiles here. So probably the one you see the most would be this first one. So headshot, arm shot, chest shot, and neck shot are all the same, and then stomach is different, and then lower leg and upper leg are less as well. So basically you got this, like I said, giant chest hitbox, which is going to mean that you're going to very frequently get just the chest TTK in multiplayer. But then if you ever have a situation where you're shot in the legs or you're shooting someone in the legs, it's going to be a dramatically slower time to kill than hitting upper body in any way. So before, if you look at these Modern Warfare 2 damage profiles, if you mixed in some arm shots in there, which was very common because the arm is right next to the chest, and that's generally where you're going to be aiming, that could have reduced that or increased that time to kill by, one shot or two shots if you accidentally hit some extremities, upper arm, lower arm. And now in Modern Warfare 3, that's not the case anymore. So anything on the upper body, which is where most people are going to be shooting, is going to be basically all chest damage and neck damage, which is a pretty significant difference. Another really common damage profile that I see here is they've increased the number of weapons that have a neck shot, specifically on the ARs in Modern Warfare 3. We have a lot of ARs that have neck shot matching headshot. And the neck hitbox, I'll show this in a second, but the neck hitbox and the head hitbox seem way bigger in this game to me. So I'll show you from face on, from the side, and from behind. I mapped out basically at eye level where the hitboxes are while I was testing today. So I'll show you guys that in a second. But this is very common. We have all upper body, including stomach and arms, being exactly the same damage. So you have this gigantic, upper body and even lower torso hitbox, and then a big head hitbox with head and neck being the same. And then again, if you're shooting legs, it's going to take probably 2 to 3 extra bullets compared to shooting your, upper chest and, headshots in there. So this is another thing where it's going to be really consistent to get a really fast time to kill for just like the chest TTK there. And then another common one is the same as that, just no neck shot. So the neck shot's the same as the chest, arm, and stomach. So that was really common as well. But let's go to look at the actual hitbox for the head and neck. I thought this was pretty interesting. All right, so like I said, I mapped out the actual hitboxes for head and neck. So you can see here that the head hitbox is really, really big in this game. So it actually extends outside the helmet a little bit, even on a character with a helmet. So a lot of the characters don't have helmets. So the head would probably be like somewhere in here. And so you can see that the damage for headshot is extending all the way out to this kind of invisible hitbox around the head. And that's probably to account for some of the bigger character models and things like that. And then headshot also kind of extended down into the neck a little bit around the sides. So off the face and down like off your cheek, like through your collarbone area. That's also a headshot in this game. Now the neck area right here is this green. So that's pretty small from the front angle. You can see from the side, the neck area is actually pretty large. Like I said, it's pretty common in this game for headshot and neck shot to be the same. So this is basically giving you a gigantic head hitbox with what seems to be slightly bigger head hitbox than Modern Warfare 1 and Modern Warfare 2 compared to Modern Warfare 3. And then from behind, you can see there was a huge area up to the left where I was still getting headshots even when I was way off the helmet model. So again, even with a helmet on this character, I'm able to hit headshots way off of the actual character model. So I don't know if this is actually different because it's been a long time since I looked at Modern Warfare 2. If you guys are really interested in that, I can go check doing the same thing in Modern Warfare 2, the exact same method, and see how different it is or if it's any different at all. But I've done a lot of damage profile testing, obviously, over the years, and I think this is a bigger head hitbox. You can see how far down the red extends here into your back to get a headshot. So that's pretty crazy. I mean, that's about almost double what I would expect for the headshot hitbox to be. And then when you have a weapon that has neck shot damage being the same as headshot, your headshot is basically extended all the way down like below your shoulder blades and in the center. So it still has to be in the center, but just a really big hitbox. So I think that that's one of the reasons why it feels inconsistent and why it still feels really fast sometimes, because we're getting a ton of headshots compared to previous games, and the weapons have the same arm damage as they do chest damage and neck damage usually. So you have this gigantic hitbox, gigantic potential to actually get that chest TTK, whereas, Modern Warfare 2, arms being lower damage almost always, like dramatically lower damage, that made it so you would generally have a slower TTK because you might actually accidentally mix in some of those arm shots. So I think that's one of the big reasons why it still feels like you can die really, really fast in this game. And I'm just going to briefly talk about this. So this is me comparing Modern Warfare 3 TTK to Modern Warfare 2 TTK. It's not up on TGD yet, but it will be soon. So Modern Warfare 3 TTK is calculated with 150 health. And then obviously Modern Warfare 2 is calculated with 100 health. And you can see that it is significantly longer. If you just look at the actual TTK by itself, it's basically always one shot to kill longer in Modern Warfare 3, even though the damage values, if you look at these damage values compared to from Modern Warfare 3 to Modern Warfare 2, even for the same weapon, consistently the weapons in Modern Warfare 3 do quite a bit more damage. In some cases, they do a lot more damage. So like M13B, these damage values, by the way, are using just like scaled off of my default shot location percentages from TGD that I always use. So like 15% headshot, 25% chest shot, the same numbers that are on TGD, just multiplied out for the first damage range. So that's where I got these, just to do a quick comparison. But some of them have significantly more damage in Modern Warfare 3 than they did in Modern Warfare 2. M13B is one of those, 34.2 damage using those shot location percentages, 25.39 in Modern Warfare 2. So almost 10 more damage on average per bullet in that first damage range for the M13 in Modern Warfare 3. And I saw this when I was testing, and I was like, well, that's probably why. They probably just increased the damage values, and the time to kill came out roughly the same, because, if you increase damage and increase health, that's not really going to change time to kill. It's just going to basically, mix everything up, but it's not going to change. It could be the same time to kill, even if you have 150 health instead of 100 health, if you just make all the weapons do more damage. So I just wanted to get in here and do the actual math and see how it worked out. And, it turns out that that's not really the case. They are higher damage values, but they still, you know, the time to kill is still longer if you just get all the shots on the chest. But I think it comes down to those hitbox differences that I talked about at the beginning of the video, where, you know, now it's so easy to get that chest shot damage, whereas before you might hit some extremities, things like that, and really you're going to get that low TTK all the time in Modern Warfare 3, which probably is why it feels maybe a little bit slower than Modern Warfare 2, but just not as much as 150 health would indicate that it would feel. You know, it should be lower than it is compared to Modern Warfare 2. All right, guys, that's all I wanted to cover in this video. I just wanted to walk through these damage profile differences and what seems to be a head hitbox difference between the games, and then give you guys an update on TGD and where we are. So like I said, hopefully we'll have all of the Modern Warfare 3 ARs and Modern Warfare 2 ARs in Modern Warfare 3 fully on TGD by tomorrow, and then also SMGs. I've been absolutely grinding to get through all of this. So if you guys appreciate the work that I've been doing, I've done some pretty crazy stuff to help the pulling of stats from this game. So if you appreciate that, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, drop a like on the video, drop a comment. But yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Be watching out for those stats to drop on TGD.